you sure this isn't overdoing it? You said to make myself at home while you were gone, but I wouldn't want to overstep my bounds.
I did say that, so if this makes you more comfortable, by all means, please feel free.
Out of all the craziest LP adventures, it never gets as crazy as when Discord is around, does it? Get your kid ass out of here. Hello, I'm Discord Jedi Knight, and today we're taking a look at an MLP comic I've been dying to check out. I had this on my list for the longest time. Unfortunately, I never had the time to take a look until now. And wow, did this comic not disappoint. So come with me, and let's dive into the world of this crazy adventure. So it all starts with the gang heading to see a cosmic convergence stargazing trip in Ponyville. Everyone is so excited to see the stars light up the night sky for the special event. Applejack planned a special meal, but when she opens it, she gets a Lord of Discord. Why is he here? To have a good time with his friends. Honestly, Discord is such a fun character to have in the show, and I truly feel like they used him way too little. Twilight tells him, if he behaves, he's more than welcome to join in the fun, as if he's some type of child that needs to be told to. And in all honesty, I love that it is Fluttershy, as always, who tries to come to his defense when the others lash out harshly at him. Granted, he is being a little rude, but he's mostly just trying to get a laugh out of everyone. I talked about in my last video how I think Discord was never actually evil, but in the simplest sense, the class clown, wanting attention, wanting to be part of the group, and needing it in the worst way possible. And so Applejack goes a little harsh with her words and yells at him that he is not the center of attention, and that he should be, well, in simplistic terms, better, thus hurting his feelings in the process. He decides, fine, I'll go, and makes a whole lot of smoke, creating another mess the gang has to clear up. Luckily, Dash is able to blow away the smoke just before the star spectacle gets underway. Afterward, they notice something smash into the ground, and when they investigate it, they find some strange egg. Taking it back to Twilight, they try to investigate when it hatches. But instead of some type of baby, a fully grown Discord appears. Or so he looks like Discord. However, due to the strange magic coming from the stars, it changes him to be his exact opposite. Instead of the god of disharmony and chaos, he's become the god of harmony and order. Now, I love how it is Fluttershy, of all the ponies, who seems the most concerned for him since she is the one who cares the most for him. But the others don't care. In fact, they prefer him this way. He's not causing trouble, and he's actually fun to hang around with. Even Pinky is quickly warming up to the new Discord. Looking back, if you remember, Fluttershy likes Discord. It is who he is, and despite reforming him, she never actually changed him, but shows him kindness and a better way to live. I love this lesson because it truly teaches that it's okay to be yourself. You don't have to change yourself. You just have to be a better you. So many think reforming means changing, but it doesn't. Discord is still Discord. What changed wasn't him, but the way he went about his actions. Well, most anyway. And Fluttershy likes him for being himself. So to see him not be himself does concern her. Now, I love the Fluttercord stuff and enjoy looking way too deep into it, even on the surface level, throwing the romance mumbo-jumbo aside. It's so cute to see how she truly values the real Discord and is the only one who doesn't like the new Discord. Wanting to name him something else, they choose the term Accord as it is the opposite of Discord. They reintroduce him to Ponyville, where he uses his magic to help the town. When he used it to change the minds of the arguing ponies, not understanding that what the mayor was talking about was actually the building. Not the ponies. Starlight grows a little concerned, and I really enjoy her character growth here. She wants forced ponies to be exactly the same, and never disagree. Causing harmony, yes you could say, but also a lot of pain and hatred. She learns her lesson and brings it up the next day when they're all invited to see the princess for lunch. Ah, but Accord has other plans instead. What if there was a world where they all had one mind, one peace, all agreed and had the harmony? And to demonstrate his power, he takes over the minds of the others, leading the heroes to try to flee as he takes over the kingdom. I love how he calls out the fact that Celestia and Luna are not ruling the world in so-called harmony. Because here's the fact, we think harmony means peace, but it doesn't. Harmony means balance. Balance is both harmony and chaos, yin and yang, and too much of harmony or disharmony is true chaos, true imbalance, and true evil. People need to have the right to agree to disagree and speak their own minds in a true democracy. And I love how My Little Pony gets that message across within the context of these stories. All you have to do is look a little deeper. Yeah, on with the story. Accord now controls the minds of ponies, so Twilight, thinking quickly on her feet, decides they need to get into his head. And the only other pony who has been in his head is, that's right, Luna. She was in his head in the comic, and in these comics he always shares a soft spot for Fluttershy lore. So they split up. Twilight and Luna go inside his head, and the others try to defend against his mind control. Now that's a face. And while sure the magic may have posted, Discord did not just change because of that. No, he activated the spell to change. It turns out that feeling bad about what happened, he decided it may be better to change himself. This created Accord. After Luna and Twilight speak for him, they find a snow globe, the last symbol of chaos in his head. They then find the real him, the last bit of his true self in his head. But it's not that simple. He can't just come back. He's part of Accord's mind. However, if they can convince Accord to change back, things should go back to normal. Except, now Twilight and Luna are controlled. And here is probably the best part of the comic. Look, I on this channel love giving criticism to Princess and Son, but it's true. But it's because, show-wise, she shows very little, if any, character at all. Very little removal or rethinking of her ways. That is why I love the Reflections comic so much. It added so much more depth to her. Don't worry, I do a VID on that coming soon. And while it's just a short scene, I do appreciate here in this comic, she discusses with Starlight the ramifications of Accord and the similarities she has with his evil order. And I like how Starlight comes to the conclusion, thanks to her own past, that it's okay to have our desires, but it's our actions and the way we take those actions that define whether they are good or bad. Celeste wanted order, but she never forced others to choose order over being good. This is why I don't like the G5 version. In G5, if ponies fight and argue too much, the magic power turns on them. They are literally being forced to get along, to live in harmony, or to destroy the world if they don't. And this is what the G5 writers decide to teach children, be good or else. This isn't a good lesson. The fact is, people should have the right to speak up, to disagree with one another, to have desires all their own, and thoughts of all their own. What's evil is the way we go about achieving those actions. Forcing your beliefs, your opinions on others, is not harmony. It's cruelty. I love seeing that in this comic. And this is where the important question comes in. What do both Accord and Discord want? What is his goal? What has he always been searching for? Friendship. All right, get that sappy stuff out of here. I get it. Yep, so when they get to Ponyville, they try the elements of harmony. But yeah, they don't work. Everyone falls under Accord's magic. All except Starlight, who convinces Accord to talk to her, to explain to her why she should be like him instead of forcing her. And so Accord does, saying friendship and harmony is true order. He wants that more than anyone. He wants to be loved, to be admired, to share a laugh, and have a good time. And I love that Starlight, after all she's learned about what friendship is the one to convince Accord that friendship isn't about always agreeing with one another to be in harmony. You can't force someone into being your friend. You can't force them to think like you. Because if you do that, then you're just friends with yourself. True connection is about the choices we make. That is the difference between what's good and what is wrong. And so he chooses to change back to normal. And even Applejack, who is the meanest to him, apologizes. Out of all of them, the one who gives him the biggest hug is Fluttershy. Yeah, I'm gonna give a 10 out of 10, one of the best comics and one of the best storylines I think the show has ever presented to us. Not gonna lie. Anyway, tell me what you think of Accord down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more contents. And don't ever forget, my friends, friendship is magic.